Yeah, I know. I was just confused about the reference. My mom's dead too. We're in the dead mom club, and that's the other thing,
No.
Chrissy. All these people are like, tweeting about my dead mom. I don't know. You probably don't get as much hate as me because I don't know. You're controversial, but maybe not as controversial as me, obviously.
I
But
could
that's
be
where they.
more. I could be
You
more.
could be. Yeah,
Yeah.
you choose not to. You're smart. But do they come after you about your dead mom? They come after me. That's really been happening a lot. They're like, oh,
No. Really,
they
just
do.
Ethan Ralph was the last person to come after me for my dead mom. He's like, "Your
What
mom's
did
dead
Ethan say about your
too."
dead
We
mom?
got
His
into a
mom's dead
fight
too. I
because
remember that fight.
he
You had him on
thought
the
that I
show.
laughed at him for letting his mom, like, take an Uber or walk out in the summer heat to dialysis or something, and somebody had super chatted about it, and I didn't know the backstory, so I laughed, and he, like, took that like I was laughing at his dead mom or something, when really I was
Everybody
just like,
takes it. I think
yeah.
it's because you're an attractive woman and guys don't like to get emasculated or something. I don't know what it is because you
Mhm.
totally screwed up Stuttering John. I mean, like you saying you dabble in comedy, he's not on the road constantly. You said it right. Like for him to take that as such an insult is just it's like these guys are insecure. And the way he talks to other female guests now, I'm like in Dabblers Anonymous or whatever. I
Me
see all the clips.
too. Do you wanna watch? I was gonna talk about Stuttering John if you wanna watch the clip with me.
Oh yeah, please. I'm a Stuttering John,
Okay.
and I
So
go back and listen to all the old Howard Stern. Howard Stern sucks now, but I listen to a lot of the stuff like when he was on the show back on like the E channel. I listen to that not every night, but every other night I'm watching old just for the nostalgia, just because I missed a day where he's throwing baloney on girls' butts and it wasn't
yeah.
politically correct.
So
Okay,
this
let's
is a
watch this.
clip. This is pretty funny.
I've
God, I
seen
mean,
this.
like, it's
Yeah,
easy to call Stuttering
disagree
John
with
stupid,
kindness.
but he has such a basic misunderstanding of the English language in this clip. So he's on with Tiffany Bond, I guess that's who this lady is. Let's see what they
So I try to have compassion for folks.
Is she an
Oh, a
OnlyFans model? What is
commercial.
she?
Oh,
What is
I
she?
gotta pull from my she must be on OnlyFans, yeah, I have to
Yeah,
pay for my
she's an
YouTube.
OnlyFans.
Landing's coming. It's going to be pretty hard. Um, it's been a long time since I got suckered,
Turn it up a little.
but the last time I got suckered was probably a boyfriend when I was a teenager. But I think all of us have been suckered at some point in time. So I remember how awful that felt when it happened, and I remember how good it felt
She's an
until
OnlyFans
until
girl.
it got to the end, and I remember everybody telling me I was being a jerk about it. So I try to have compassion since I once upon a time was that person, though perhaps for a slightly less enthusiastic way and probably a lot less time. And I was a lot younger.
This woman sounds like a
But
teacher.
I try to disagree with Grace, and I know that that is not everybody's cup of tea, but I think that's something that you need in somebody that is representing a really diverse group of people, and Maine is very
You try
diverse.
and disagree with what?
Disagree with Grace.
With grace.
With grace, with kindness and politeness.
He's like, "Who's
even
Grace?"
Though
Yeah.
You disagree with kindness?
I try. I mean, that doesn't mean that I change my opinion or I'm a
Why
different
does that
person.
shock him
It just
so
means
much?
I use a little.
He is misunderstanding her. He thinks that she is saying you
A
disagree
grace a
with
person.
kindness as a concept. Like
Yeah,
like
I don't understand.
he
How can you not
disagrees
be
being
nicely?
kind at all. He's so
Yeah.
Little
retarded.
less stepped on Lego language a lot of the time.
But do you
Not
understand?
what she's saying, which is like, no, disagree with someone in a kind way. He thinks that she's saying, I just disagree with kindness in general.
Duh. Okay, see, I'm too stupid. I thought I basically meant though the same thing. Is that she can't disagree in a kind way. That's what she's saying, and he doesn't understand that. Now I'm confused.
Hold on, let's take it back.
Okay, he's because when she says disagree with Grace, that means being nice, like agree to
Yeah,
disagree, which is how we should be, right? And
right.
he doesn't understand. Now I'm confused, and he doesn't understand what she's saying. Obviously.
Yeah, she's saying like basically disagree in a kind way. But Stuttering John thinks she's saying disagree with just kindness in general. Like fuck kindness. These people don't deserve
Even
it.
somebody that is representing a really diverse group of people, and Maine is very
You try and
diverse.
disagree with what?
We disagree with Grace.
With grace.
With grace,
Who's
with
Grace?
kindness and politeness, even though I
You disagree with kindness?
He
I
wears
try.
that shirt
I
all
mean,
the time.
that doesn't mean that I change my
Oh, is this his Ukraine shirt?
Yeah, he wears I stand with
know.
Ukraine. Like, what a virtue signaling moron.
Doesn't he realize like we're on to the next thing already? What
No,
is
and I
the
wonder how many vaccines does Stuttering John have? Probably none. He doesn't take care of his health very
Really?
well.
You don't think so? I
I
think
don't
he has
know.
all of them.
Yeah, I mean, he
I think
definitely
he
got it.
flashes his I think he flashes his vaccine card like a fucking fast pass at Universal. I think he's just like showing as many people as he can.
Opinion, or I'm a different person. It just means I use a little less stepped on Lego language a lot of the time.
But do you understand what you just said? You disagree with kindness.
I think you can kindly tell somebody that they're really effing wrong.
So in other words, you agree with being kind.
Right.
Yes. But you just
Yes,
said
I'm
disagree
kind
with
in my
kindness.
disagreement.
What?
I'm kind in my language choices when I
Sure.
disagree.
Now,
And you'll see that on Twitter. You'll see me interact with people that are very toxic to me, and I'm happy to have a conversation. I'm just not going to go down their
Sure.
rabbit hole.
okay, I get it. Now, look, let me say thank you to Mark Safe from being rated Baja King for the $5. Okay, why don't you tell everybody who you are and what seat that you're running for and what state and everything else.
All right, so he moves
Sure,
on
you know,
because he's like, I'm so confused. I still don't understand, but I'm just gonna move on because he feels dumb, but he doesn't understand why. I love Stuttering John.
He really is funny, and Howard Stern, Karl talks about it all the time, is how he's unintentionally funny. He really is unintentionally actually hilarious, but that translates great on a StreamYard podcast, but it doesn't, on the stage, it's kind of hard to be unintentionally funny like that because people are like, make me laugh, and he's
They're
like,
for jokes.
and his squeegee joke is so disgusting, and I keep on talking about this, it's like he talks about how
I can't
he
believe
talks
you
about
know
how-
any of his jokes.
Well, it's like they always talk about it on Who Are These Pods? They freaking talks about how like he splooges on his stomach and then uses his shirt as a squeegee, basically, and that's like his closer. Yeah, it's
Oh.
disgusting, and that's like his joke that he's been using for like years, supposedly. So, I mean, it's just gross. It's not even funny. But the best though, I was just watching. They were reacting to it, and he was talking about how he's like getting mad at the bartender, and the bartender, he was like, "Do not support the
Yes!
bartender." But
He
well, he was talking about how
a conversation that the bartender was having just to be like, no, you're wrong. Trump is the worst. And she was like, I'm not talking to you. And then he like was so triggered and started yelling at her.
Well, I don't want to sound like Dave Portnoy because I'm definitely not a wealthy man, but he's talking about how he's like, I tip her $10 no matter what. I tip her $10. And that's like $10 per drink. Tipping $10 to a bartender is not that much.
$10 for like if you're buying a round of drinks, like if you buy like a round of, that's what I would do, like per trip to the bar. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if I buy like 3 drinks, I'm tipping $2 per drink minimum. Like, I'm talking about per drink at minimum $2. And if I like the person, more. But he's like, oh, I gave him $10. Yet he's probably drinking like 8 beer. You know what I mean? He's already drinking.
He throws down a $10 bill and he stays there all night.
Yeah, it's like, okay, dude, whatever. I mean, minimum, that's not something to brag about, giving $10. But and that's the other thing. I think Stuttering John counts his like dollars, like his super chats. I get excited for a super chat. I'm not hating on that, but it's like he's doing a fundraiser for one of his viewers has cancer, but not the viewer has cancer. It's like the viewer's cousin has cancer or something.
Also, like, he's not being transparent. Like, we're not seeing how much money comes in. We're not seeing how much is going to this charity. Like, it's when you say, oh, all the money is going to I feel like that's a little illegal to like take in your own money for a charity instead of just being like, here's the link or here's the GoFundMe.
Just make a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
I mean, Chrissie, just make a GoFundMe. You can be the beneficiary of the GoFundMe. At least it gives you some credibility. He's just like, my PayPal, Stuttering John at PayPal or whatever the hell. I mean, you're kind of like,
how are we going to organize your PayPal money from the charity PayPal money? It's all together.
But the best own I had of the year, not that I've been owned, I've been up, I've been down, but I went to DC for 3 days and I trolled AOC. I did, I didn't just rip off his idea, but he went there when they're not even in session, and I'm going back in September. But I basically did what he wanted to do, and I kind of, back in the Stern days, he would ask like Charlton Heston or classy people like sexual questions. That's kind of what I did with AOC. So in a way, I kind of ripped off his bit, and I gave it the 2022.
You did it all by yourself. Like, I don't know if he's aware of you, if he's like in touch, but like, yeah, I remember when he tried to go to DC, he was complaining about like not having a camera crew, and he couldn't get some guy to show up to hold the camera. I'm like, you're there just in selfie mode,
with a
doing
selfie
more.
stick. Yeah, I mean, come on. And that's the other thing, Chrissie, and I'm sure you started Compound, they have a crew, but if you really want to do it, you have to do it on your own. Like, you have to, that's why you had to learn how to do StreamYard, you have to learn how to edit, you have to learn how to do all this. If you really want it, like you want it, you realize, hey, I don't want to just be a 9 to 5, or I really want this, so I had to learn. I don't know if he really wants it. If he can't even figure out like the basic stuff of how to,
Does
film
something
himself.
happen to you when you hit a certain age? You just like I can't figure stuff out anymore. Because I'm
But
finding that with like a lot of men kind of that age that do comedy, they just like I don't know.
that's how my dad was forever about the iPhone. I was like, he's like, I can't learn an iPhone. I can't learn an iPhone. I was just using these flip phones. And I'm not even anti-flip phone. I kind of like the flip phone. It lasts a long time. But he's like, Dad, I can't always check your email and because he'd be in the car, but go check my Facebook, or whatever, like something that he would want to do because he got a message from somebody on Facebook. He wasn't at the house, right? I'm like, Dad, you need an iPhone. You can check your Facebook on your iPhone. He's like, I can't get it to work. Now he's got 3 iPhones, Chrissie. He's an iPhone Pro.
Whoa.
Well, he can't. He's not even. He's not like
One for his
technologically.
OnlyFans, one for
Yeah, I
personal.
wonder. One for his burner.
Yeah.
No, but like 2 of them are like work phones, and he has a personal phone. And that's how my dad also used to be back when the internet first came out. He's like, oh, I can't work email. Alex, you got to type my email. Show me how to Gmail. Now my dad's emailing like
if you
crazy.
needed it to live, if you needed it to eat, you'd figure it out.
And that's what basically what happened.
Lazy. Yeah.
He needed that phone to once he realized like he's kind of not that he's some big social media person, but once he realized, oh, that's how I connect with people, I got to figure out how to do it.
Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Come and get it. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.